Guys, this is my review for Goat Simulator. So in this game you play as a goat and you've got two towns that are basically set in modern ages, and then you've got an MMO that you can play. And in the two towns you basically just wander around destroying stuff and blowing stuff up and doing these random missions. So like you'll find an object in the game like a toaster, and then you have to put bread into the toaster and then you jump on the toaster. And then you get like an upgrade for your character for completing that quest. So upgrades are just random stuff that they add to your goat. Like if you do the toaster mission, you can play as a piece of bread. And then there's other missions that give you stuff like a jetpack or a tongue that you can use to like fly across the map and hook onto things and pull yourself towards them. Kind of like a grappling hook, but it's your tongue. So there's lots of random things like that. You can also do little mini games inside of those maps, so stuff like finding a video game console and then you can play a mini game within the game, or there's like checkpoint races where you can play to get the highest score or like the fastest time, and then it shares it online and you can compete with your friends and try and beat their times in the game. There's also the MMO map of the game, which is basically a game mode where you can play as 6 different classes of goats. So you got like rogue and mage or whatever that you'd usually find inside of an MMO. And then you play as that and you walk around this map and you just do random missions like giving someone some apples or pulling Excalibur out of a rock. It's just random little things, and then you get upgrades, armor upgrades for your character, and you get level ups, even though level ups seem to have no point, since from like level 1 you can one hit every single enemy in the game. So it's not like a difficulty thing, it's just more like a fun sort of mockery, I guess, of MMOs, how they've just gone like completely silly with it. And then you can join like factions and fight other people who are playing in the game as goats, and you just fight with them and you just muck around on the map. But basically the MMO's not a long run. I think there's not like that much to do in it. There's pretty much the missions are just super short. They take like a minute to do basically. I mean, they're not like anything that you really have trouble finding. Most of the things are really close by wherever the missions start. The maps are quite interesting. The first 2 maps that are set in like modern towns, there's not much really to do in them. There's basically just like buildings. You can go in 1 or 2 of them, and then there would be like fields with people and cars and stuff. So it gets you'd probably get like an hour or 2 of fun out of it before you start to get bored of it. But the MMO's a little bit more fun and a little bit more interesting, just because there's more to do and it's a little bit more funny and you get to play with other people, so it definitely makes it a lot more fun to do that. There's also hidden objects in games, so you find like these random trophies around the map, and then if you get enough of them, then you get an upgrade for your goat, which is like a skin or a modification upgrade, it's quite good if you find them and then you get those upgrades, because then when you load into the game next time you can play just starting off with those upgrades rather than having to find them in game and then playing with them that way. So it's quite good. The MMO it's quite fun, but I think there's like no real like main storyline to the game or anything like that, so it's basically just like a muck around based on an MMO. So I wouldn't buy it thinking that it's like a full MMO that you're gonna play for ages and ages. It's not that long. It would just take like maybe an hour or 2-ish to like complete all the missions in it. So there's like hidden missions inside of the MMO, like finding the Wheel of Time, which lets you like freeze time and stuff like that. So the game can be a little bit glitchy, but I think they've done it on purpose. It's pretty random when your character glitches out. I think the only time where like I had a major issue was when I jumped onto a helicopter that was flying past and my goat just pretty much merged with the entire helicopter, and I had to respawn rather than just wait for him to like stand up properly. There's also like hidden rooms in the games which are quite interesting. Like in the MMO there's this hidden area near one of the Elvish camps, which basically has all the servers for the Goat Simulator. Like they've made this room which has fake servers in it and has the fake development team who made the game in it, and then you go and you destroy the servers and it makes the game crash. So I think it's quite good, like what they've done with it, and it's quite a creative game. It's just not a long-term game. It's just something you'd play casually, like for an hour or two, and then you'd be bored of it. So, but still, I quite enjoyed it. So I'd give it a 6 out of 10. But I think like they could have added a bit more to it, but still, I mean, the graphics are alright, and it was still really fun to play for a while. So. It's just my opinion of the game. If you agree with it or don't agree with it, make sure to comment what you thought of the game in the comments below this video. I was only going to give it a 6 out of 10.